Not it.
I guess we are live now.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Guess what? We are.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
okay. I thought I heard it echo again, but I guess not. No, we're okay.
I guess so.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, let me find where's the. Okay, oh, there it is. Oh, never mind. Good evening, everyone. Tonight is virtual wine tasting in the era of post-coronavirus, or might even just be coronavirus. I don't know. It's August 29th, 2023, and tonight's featured area is the Sonoma Mountain AVA in Sonoma Valley. I am your host, David Mayer, the Wino Snob of Wine is Life, and tonight's tasting panel consists of these grim-looking people. They haven't had their wine yet. That's the problem, folks. But they really look like this. Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
We will do our usual routine, starting with my upper left corner. Go ahead. That'd be Dorothy and Bill. Sorry.
We are Bill and Dorothy from Fairfield, California, and we're drinking a Kenwood Cabernet 2018. Kenwood Vineyards from Sonoma Mountain, from the Jack London Vineyard. So they're the ones that make wine from the grapes that are on the Jack London estate up in the park. 14.8 alcohol and 2018 talks about the warm morning sun and the cool afternoon breeze with red volcanic soil, intense black cherry and currant aromas. I'm getting the cherry. I can probably fake the currant, but it also says notes of roasted cocoa bean and Girl Scout cookie mint and pine. Well, I'm not finding some of these obscure things. Maybe if I get a little more, it'll work. Says a strong, elegant finish, and we'll see. Hopefully it will be tasty.
Thank you. And Nan and Scott.
Well, we have Kenwood Vineyards as well, but we have the Chardonnay, and it's 14.5% alcohol. And I just noticed this little tagline here: wines as diverse as California's rugged lands. I thought that was kind of cool. So we have that. We also have a Benzinger, but I don't think we're going to drink this tonight. Cab Sav.
Oh, nice.
This is 14.5% alcohol as well. So.
Woo, woo. You're going in and out.
And we're from Waynesburg, Ohio.
Thank you. That leaves you, my friend. I know.
You're muted, Francois. You're muted.
That's why
he is muted.
I was even surprised. So yeah, my name is.
I know. I kind of stretched that a little bit. My acquaintance, Francois.
So my name is Francois from San Ramon, California. What I'm drinking today, it's a virtual Kenwood here. It's a beautiful cab. As you can see, it smells very good. No default at all. 14.8 alcohol, 750 ml, and I plan to finish it by the end of the hour.
Oh,
Okay.
good man.
No, I don't drink it. I made it this because I'm pretty busy in these days, and during the weekdays I try to stay dry, very hard.
Gotcha.
I try very hard. And
You are literally doing a virtual tasting.
oh yeah,
Literally
Well, you could
virtual.
add one more day to that. You got the weekends, you could add Tuesday also, and then you'd still be pure on the other 4 days.
yeah. So I tried to drink during the weekend, but I'm about to change the definition of the weekend.
Okay.
Like from Wednesday to Monday.
Well, my weekend is Monday through Thursday,
Well, good for you.
sometimes also Sunday.
So I'm assuming you have a good weekend so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, this
So
is
I'm David Mayer from Fremont, California. Oh, here comes Jenny and Madison.
Oh, good, we have a singer finally.
Yeah, because that's true. So I'm from Fremont. I'm having a Hansel Chardonnay. Hansel
Hi,
is
Jenny. I'm
one of the.
Madison.
Hi, Jenny and Madison.
Hey.
Oh, Madison's awake. Hi.
Ooh,
oh my, your bottle has no neck.
Oh, It's in the
I broke it.
Oh,
I broke it. It's in the sky. Actually, this looks pretty cool because then it's the top of the bottle is kind of the trees. This is Chardonnay, folks,
Mm.
and Hansel makes a nice one. I'm gonna pour a little bit more in my glass.
oh, and you have a nice Chardonnay glass too.
I went into the cupboard and brought out some Montrachet glass, and this is I already tasted. I couldn't wait. I tasted it even before Bill and Dorothy came on. What I like about this is it's got the true Chardonnay nose and palate, but they didn't.
Sorry, she's being a little fussy this afternoon.
Right,
It's
it's
some
cute
Hansel
little baby
Chardonnay, I
fussing.
think. That's not fussing. That's normal. That's natural. It has a nice. It's not buttery and oaky. It's actually really crisp, but and it's got a nice. It has good acid, where a lot of the California Chardonnays are kind of flabby. This is not. This is really tasty. So, cheers, Madison. Sorry you're not having any yet. We'll
Cheers.
wait about 21 years and then you can have some.
I know
Mom
where her
might-
first stop will be.
Mom might let you have some wine earlier than 21. I don't know. Hey, I already put a little
European
bit on.
style.
I put a little bit on Addie's palate when I was up there, and she seemed to interested. I don't know if she liked it, but interest. Are you imbibing tonight?
I am. Hold on.
Okay.
Have a Benzinger Family Winery Cabernet Sauvignon. It
Oh,
says
nice.
it's in Sonoma Mountain. So,
Yeah.
That's the same.
Yeah.
but the bottle doesn't actually say where the grapes are from.
Oh.
So I tried it. I like it.
Where are you broadcasting from, Jenny?
From Davis.
Davis, California. Okay. So let's we'll learn a little bit about Sonoma Mountain and
Yes.
oh wait. Oh God, I'm so confused. I missed 1 week of doing this and I don't know what buttons to push anymore. I almost just disconnected us. I guess I won't do that. Let's see. Here we all are again. We got some Benzinger. We got some Kenwood up here too, and some other obscure little places. I'm not represented. What's that? With that? Oh, the song. Okay, so Jenny, you're elected. This is to the tune of "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees.
Oof. Oof.
I don't know if I can get all this.
Instead of staying alive,
We need Eric.
we're drinking wine. Well, you know, I know the tunes in my head, but it doesn't come out like a song in my mouth. So
Yeah, it should stay in your head.
Thank you. Thanks for that vote of confidence. So Jenny, by default, you're elected. You know the Bee Gees?
I know the song. I just don't know the song like well enough.
That's okay. Just go for it.
You can tell by the way I hold my glass. I'm a wino sob, soft smack ass. Magnums of vintages. I pop more corks. I can't do it.
No.
And now it's all right. It's okay. And you may look the other way. We can try to understand the wine its effect on man. Whether you drink Cabernet or you drink Chardonnay, you're drinking wine, drinking wine. Feel the bottle breaking and decanter shaking. You're drinking wine, drinking wine. Ah, 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 drinking wine. I'm sorry, she's Matheson is not a fan.
Trying to sing with you. That's
to
all.
sing. Just joining in.
David,
That's
you need
okay. We
make
don't have
these
to finish it,
songs
but
just
that was
one verse.
good. I put you on the spot there.
I'm sorry. Oh, in fact, I'm gonna put you guys on mute. Or put myself on mute.
All right. So that was the song, guys. There's more songs in our future.
What a composer you are.
I don't know. I think I'm a little deranged or something. So Sharon's not here for her favorite page. Okay. And we have the Sonoma Valley AVA. We've done Sonoma Coast, Fort Ross, Rock Pile, Dry Creek, Alexander Valley, Pine Mountain, Cloverdale, Knights Valley, Chalk Hill, Russian River, Green Valley, Bennett Valley, Fountain Grove, and tonight, and we did Bennett Valley. Oh, I said that. Sonoma Mountain, which is just nestled right in here. And this is the view of Sonoma Mountain. It's kind of pretty. So few Sonoma County wine regions are so singularly determined by elevation, exposure, and geographical features as Sonoma Mountain AVA. When viewed from the west, Sonoma Mountain isn't a particularly dramatic peak, comprised of a lumpy series of hills piled on top of each other, briefly green and mostly golden and dotted with groves of live oak. Its western flank meets cool winds and fog from the Petaluma Gap. Wineries pay a premium for the Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Syrah that manages to ripen here. But just on the other side, you might think you're looking at a different mountain, forested, rugged, darkly looming over the Valley of the Moon. Author Jack London made his home in this region, of which he wrote, "The air is wine." The grapes on a score of rolling hills are red with autumn flame. Across Sonoma Mountain, wisps of a sea fog are stealing. The afternoon sun smolders in the drowsy sky. I have everything to make me glad I am alive. The Sonoma Mountain AVA contains 800 vineyard acres and was recognized with AVA status in 1985. And here's some more look of Sonoma Mountain. It's pretty.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful. So the fact that both Cabernet Sauvignon and Pinot Noir thrive in close proximity to each other in Sonoma Mountain is no accident of misplaced enthusiasm on the part of farmers. It's a testament to the complex interplay of topography, sun, and wind exposure on the mountain slopes. Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Zinfandel, and Syrah are also grown here. There's even a little Grenache and Gruner Veltliner. The lay of the land. The Sonoma Mountain AVA is located within the northwest area of the greater Sonoma Valley appellation, one of the earlier AVAs to be determined by specific elevation rather than the broad outlines of a valley. The appellation occupies elevations between 400 and 1,200 feet, and only on the north and eastern slopes of Sonoma Mountain. It overlaps the Bennett Valley AVA on the northwestern end, where the cooling influence of the Petaluma Gap enhances Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Much of the Cabernet is grown on the fog-sheltered eastern side of the mountain, sunny, warm, but facing the morning, not the evening sun. Most vineyards on Sonoma Mountain are not contiguous, instead being isolated amid woods and grazing land. The summit of Sonoma Mountain stands at 2,463 feet and offers expansive views of the Pacific Ocean to the west and the Sonoma Valley to the east. Until roughly 12 million years ago, this location was part of the Pacific Ocean seabed. In the Miocene era, a massive period of uplifting formed the volcanically based Sonoma Mountains, as well as the Mayacamas Mountains to the east. The Sonoma Mountain AVA is one of the smallest in Sonoma County at only 667 vineyard acres. The AVA extends up the eastern slopes of Sonoma Mountain to almost 1,700 feet in elevation. Here's some more view of the area. And so that was it for the intro. Here's some
the other people.
here's the first winery is Benzinger. At Benzinger, we're about three things: family, great wine, and healthy vineyards. For more than 30 years, we've farmed our ranch on Sonoma Mountain and searched Sonoma County for the most distinctive and expressive vineyards. Once found, we tend these sites using certified biodynamic, organic, and sustainable farming methods. The result is a portfolio of authentic and memorable wines. So those with Benzinger, there you go.
That's a long table.
Yeah, I think we should go there.
They have room for us.
I think we should go to a lot of these places, to be honest.
Beautiful.
This one is Kenwood, and we have some Kenwood represented.
Yes,
Our
we do.
winemakers are hands-on in this pursuit. They personally check the lay of the land, using all their senses to evaluate each vineyard, talking to the growers and tasting the grapes in every ranch. Nothing is picked until the winemakers are confident it is ready. We don't settle for the status quo. We let the grapes speak for themselves. Our winemakers are always experimenting with the best way to bring out the most characterful notes and the flavors that tell our story of discovery. Adventure is our DNA. We enjoy the land every day and are passionate about supporting restoration projects to protect state parks, green spaces, and natural habitats for wildlife. Our outdoor lifestyle isn't just our livelihood, it's our wild spirit, and it's what reconnects to what matters. Okay, then we got a couple little ones here. Laurel Glen Vineyard ranges in elevation from 8,050 to 1,100 feet, located on an east-northeast facing plateau. The vineyard slope angles it towards the morning sun, allowing generous light throughout the day and reducing exposures to the withering afternoon heat that can result in sugar accumulation that outpaces ripening. This enables a long, even ripening period, which gives our Cabernets their characteristic bright acidity. Because the vineyard sits on the east-facing slopes of Sonoma Mountain, the vines are shielded by the mountain from the coastal wind and fog that comes pouring through the Petaluma Gap to the west, an extended break in the mountain range running along the California coast west of the town of Petaluma. The protection offered by the mountain allows Cabernet grapes to thrive in a cooler microclimate than many well-known growing areas for Cabernet Sauvignon. Hillside vines grow in shallower, rockier soils than the valley floor cousins. The stress of less available stop it. Shut up. The stress of less available nutrients causes the plant to send its hillside vines grow in a shallower, rockier soils than the valley floor. Oh, I've said that. Send its roots deeper into the that's that ringing nowadays. To find water and other nutrients. The fruit borne by our hillside vines is smaller, typically the size of a blueberry, with a higher ratio of skin to flesh, because the skin of the grape carries all the color and most of the aroma and flavor and tannin. It makes for more complex and layered wine. One more. This is Glen Lyon Vineyards and Winery. In 1986, Susie and Squire packed up their 3-year-old daughter and all their worldly goods to trade the freeways of Southern California for the back roads and fertile soil of Sonoma Valley. They purchased 26 acres of raw land just north of the village of Glen Ellen. The gentle rolling hills were covered with poison oak, manzanita trees, oak trees, madrone trees, bay trees, and a few redwoods. They cut a few of the trees and put in a road, got poison oak, dug a well, and brought in power, got more poison oak, built a cottage, hand planted 2 acres of grapevines, and got a lot more poison oak. After a year of calamine lotion, itching, and cottage living, they built a winery, planted a second vineyard, and created a new life for themselves. I hate poison oak.
It all itches. It doesn't matter. Poison ivy.
Actually, the last time I had it, they almost hospitalized me, and I haven't had it since. That was 1977. So
Yeah, Bill has had
They've
some
been
bad
nailed
cases.
Really badly. You
Stay
can't
away
even
from-
bend your arm. It just pops
No.
all the things when.
stay away from the plants. And
I mean,
wash them.
poison ivy is nothing. It's like a gnat bite compared to poison oak. It's really totally different.
So that's it for the slideshow. To next week is September. It's the day after Labor Day Monday, September 5th, and we are actually going to do actual Sonoma Valley next week.
Yay.
Hey. So we're back. So let's go around and talk about our wine. We tend to not talk about our wine, and we get off to some tangents all over the. And let's just talk a little bit about wine, and then just review you're having.
This Kenwood Chardonnay is really good and inexpensive. Looking at the little tags, that wine.com sends us, and yeah, $10.99.
Oh,
What are
And
you
the
drinking, Ann and Scott?
What's that?
What are you drinking?
Kenwood Chardonnay. And then we have the Benziger.
Same thing you have.
Yeah,
But
it was also fairly economical at my local Nugget. And it was on sale too, which was great.
I don't remember what I paid for them.
That
Man,
was-
you better order a case at that price.
I know. Keep me at all winter. Yeah, that's just really weird. We have this little wine bar that we go to, which is where I picked up the Chapelay, and yeah, that was a lot more expensive. So it better be good. But I liked Chapelay when we were out there. It was really good.
It's I don't know. I told her that it might not be because it's a Chardonnay and it's
The year.
2017.
I didn't realize the year. But
Oh,
I don't know. Usually your whites, you drink them sooner, but we'll see.
no, if they're good, really good, well-made whites, they can last, and they're really good.
It's in the refrigerator, so I probably won't let it sit in there very long.
I got
Supposed to get warm this weekend, so it'll be pool weather this weekend.
did you get it? By the
haven't
speaking
been
of
good
expensive wines, did you get offered to be on the Stagland's?
Yeah, I deleted that email. Yeah.
I just actually, You know, kind of like what happened last time. They came in this weekend way before we were open, and at first I didn't recognize them, and I go, I said I'll go get rid of these people, and it was them. So I go, and both Mrs. Staglin and Mr. Staglin both with a friend, so they just wanted some lattes, so we made them lattes. I took it out to them, and I told them that might want to come back and do another tasting, and they said you're welcome to come back.
Well, that
And
was
then
nice.
after,
It was really good. I'll admit that, but very expensive. So
they are very expensive. I was telling some of this story, that I didn't even realize how much I spent until 3 days later. I got the email with the receipt from what I spent. I go, oh my God, I spent that. I was
I
a
don't
shock.
remember what I bought. 3 bottles though, and it was $700.
Yeah, I bought a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm only going to be out there, once every 5-10 years. So yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and spend it.
You probably didn't get any Cabernet then, because it was probably about that price for one bottle.
I don't know. They were like
they're-
$200 a bottle, the different wines, but I don't know what we got. I'd have to go look.
A very,
I got a little bit of everything, I think.
a very nice experience.
Yeah.
They're lovely people, and they do make really good wine.
Yeah, it was good. It was a fun experience, and we went with Sharon and Eric as well, and it was a very good experience.
No,
And
no, but it's good. It's
Yeah.
actually very good.
So we're both liking the cab, which is unusual for Dorothy because she's kind of gone away from cab a little bit, but we aren't
Which
getting
one did
Girl
you guys
Scout
get?
mint cookies. No,
Which
no
one did
mint
you guys
cookies
get?
on.
Bill?
It's the Kenwood cab.
Oh, the
It's
Kenwood
Cabernet.
cab.
Okay.
And we've gone by this place many times. We've never stopped because we have our designation that we usually go to in Sonoma, which is Deerfield Ranch. And actually one tasting there is enough for the whole day. We don't need to do more than one, but we should stop. And it sounds like we should go to Benzinger too.
Yeah, well, we'll have to let you know how that is when we open it.
Yeah.
We had the workers coming tomorrow, so I think tomorrow's going to be chaotic. We got the workers and we got Maddie tomorrow, and Maddie's cutting teeth and not feeling the best, but so I don't know.
That wine for her.
Might open that up later on after she's gone.
Put a little wine on the gums.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like we stopped over there today and trying to give her a Motrin, and yeah, I think just as much ended up on me as it ended up in her. But she did take some of it, so I guess her temperature's staying down a little bit. We think it's the teeth, but we're not positive. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's easy to blame teeth. I always say that with our son, from the time he was like 3 months old, when he was fussy, we'd blame it on his teeth. He got his first tooth after he was a year old. So,
Yeah, so did Megan. After
So it
she was
probably
young.
wasn't teeth at 3 months.
Yeah.
Funny you say that. She just turned 3 months and she started drooling like
Drooling,
crazy
yeah.
and becoming very fussy. And we're like, well, she must be teething. And we're like, it's probably all
Right.
in our head, but it sounds logical.
No?
Right.
But I know it's way
well,
too
makes
early
for-
at 3 months.
Makes for a good excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, most started about 9 months, but
Yeah.
Maddie, it was well over a year till they actually broke through.
Yeah.
People up there,
I got my teeth very late. Also.
Yeah.
I never got my wisdom teeth. They never came in.
What?
I only got
Never.
Grandpa to the rescue. It's time for dinner.
Oh,
So he kindly offered to feed her during wine time.
that's nice. That's
I hope
nice.
you're sharing some wine with Mark and Nancy.
Oh, yes, I share.
A good girl.
My dad
Thank
really
you.
liked the Syrah we had the week before last.
Francois, I don't know how you could do that. God, every time I lick an envelope, I cut my tongue. I use a glue stick now. I mean,
Oh,
yeah. every time I look an envelope. Oh,
I had that same
We've got
feeling
it down
when I did that.
where we hardly ever, we only do a few bills by check and mail and limit it
Right.
as much as possible. Of
it's
course, we
more,
have to pay the credit card with a check because I don't know.
the credit cards
They won't
online.
take another credit card for some reason.
Yeah, do the
They
credit
just take
card.
it out of our credit card.
Mostly cards or
We just take
whatever
it out of
that.
our account. So we
A
don't
lot of my
cut a check.
utilities are already auto pay, so they just take that right out of the checking account.
Yep.
Yeah, you should be able to do that, David.
Well, I actually use a credit card so I get miles.
Yeah,
Right,
Sure, we
right.
do too.
I know a
You
lot
can
of
play the
people do that.
credit card
But
out
the
of
credit card I have to pay for. No, I could have it taken out of the problem there is we have too many banks. So we have one bank for our checking account and there's no savings there. And then we have the bank that has the savings account, and that has the credit card with
Credit
them,
card.
but we have hardly any money in our savings account with them.
Where's the logic behind this?
I didn't say it was logical.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
No, I understand that. My oldest card, I actually don't have a bank account with them anymore. I just have the card because
Yeah.
it's my longest
Mhm.
credit line, and so I
Yeah.
have to pay it by check also.
Well,
I'm sure if I wanted to figure out a way to do it, I
so
could, but I'm not tech.
we have other money, but it's not in either bank, it's somewhere else.
Yeah,
It's in our
the
investment account.
Yeah, well, when I want to take money out, they just put it right into the checking account. It's really easy, and twice a month, money goes from the checking to the savings account. So there's money in the savings account, and all in one bank and one investment account. I should say account
Well,
company.
It's kind of weird, but I understand that it is weird. It's not necessarily. I'm not 100% involved with how that came about. There might have been another.
Money, in other words. Oh,
There might have been another person involved with. Well, I don't know. It seems to work enough for us. So yeah, so what, we have to write a couple of checks a month. That's it.
How did your trip go?
up to see your brother.
You mean? Oh, very nice.
Good.
I'm a little bit jealous, and also it would make me a little bit nervous living in the woods like that because of the fact that California gets a lot of wildfires. But their setting is really nice. I made the mistake of posting that I was in the Sierra foothills, and he corrected me saying we're actually in the Sierras, not the foothills. When you're above Sonora, you're in the Sierras. Okay. But they have a cute place. It's just a little cabin, just a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, surrounded by the woods and a creek on one side and deer on the porch, deer on the deck.
Yep, they come right up on the deck. He feeds them all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's
he
crazy.
trained them to come up on their deck. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. They don't go up there when we're out there having our lunch. They didn't come up there, but they came to below it where it is. And I do have a wine horror story I can share with you about.
Uh-oh.
No.
It's not the first time this has happened, but trust me, it is the last time this will happen. So they took us to dinner, up at Pinecrest Lake. Those in California know what I'm talking about. It's way above where they live. It's that there's no
That's what
question.
people have talked about.
Lots of them.
There's no question that they're in
McDonald's
the
clan,
that's in the
other people too.
mountains, because you look across the lake and all you see is the mountains are solid granite. And it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. The lake is beautiful. And we ate at the Steam Donkey restaurant. And
Good name.
and I brought a bottle of 2003 cask Cabernet.
Mm.
So, and you may have seen the pictures of that. I posted it. I didn't write this story on my posting because
I saw a bottle of cask. Yeah.
yeah, but it was the
Yes.
wine was beautiful, but it took a little bit to get there. So, the I brought the bottle out, and it wasn't even our waiter. It was the person that seated us, and he says, do you want that open now or you want to wait? And I said, well, we want it now. So so he said, okay. And I said, now let me just warn you, this is a older bottle, and the cork, good chance the cork is going to be hard. You need to be gentle with it. And I said, if you don't feel comfortable with opening it, I said, I will open it. And he says, no, I'll open it. And I said, okay. So my first clue that he didn't have a clue what he's doing is when he took the knife and just cut the whole foil open and took the whole foil off instead of just cutting around the top.
Like a real man. Yeah.
Yeah. Just get rid of this thing out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. And he proceeds to twist the corkscrew into the cork, and rather than going all the way down as much as you possibly can, he left about this much of the screw above the cork. And before I could say anything, he the hinge and yanked it probably as hard as he could. And of course, he broke it.
Surprise.
And
Not a big surprise.
no surprise there. And then he said, well, I could take this in the back. I can get the cork out. I said, never mind. I'll do it. He goes, no, I could do it. And I go, I'm thinking, you already couldn't open the bottle. Why would I think you could get the cork out without destroying the wine with a bunch of cork removers? So I got it out without it coming apart anymore. And then that was the last time we saw him. And so the actual server apologized because that guy didn't for breaking the cork. And then at the end of the thing, they didn't charge us for the cork fee, which is
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask. Did they at least
I was
waive the
surprised.
corkage fee if there was
That's
one?
the
They
least
waived the
they
cork
can-
fee.
Yeah.
yeah. And the
I was
wine was
But how much
perfect.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was really
That's good to know for any of us who still have some vintage cask in our cellars.
Yeah, I think I still have one more bottle of that. And then when I was getting wines out to take up to my brother's, I was rearranging stuff, and I have a box of wine that I haven't had a place to put it away, so it's still on the floor in my cellar. And I forgot that I have some older ones because I bought some bottles from Dow. Remember Dow?
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
You sold me some 97s, and I go, oh, if I had remembered that I had that, I would have taken that with me. But so I have some 97s of the same thing.
Oh, it looks
Have
like
you
you
talked
did
to her since we've been out there?
What's that?
Have you talked to Dow since we were out there?
Yeah, because she stayed at the cow barn.
Oh, she did?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I arranged that for her birthday. Yeah, for her no, not birthday. Anniversary of her coming to the United States.
Oh,
And she had a bunch of friends there.
Good.
And I think I stayed one night too, because there was room. She's doing fine. I haven't talked to her since then.
how many cases did she buy when we were there?
So that's okay. So nobody will listen to this or watch this, so we're pretty safe in talking about things like that.
Well, they don't know who she is anyway.
Well, I don't think she'll watch this either, but if you do now, it's okay. No, not me. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, at the end of all that day, she said, "Oh, I guess I spent the most and then everyone else, or bought the most bottles than everyone else." And I said, "Well, not really. Eric and Sharon bought more than you did." She goes, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, they bought a little bit more than you did." So she bought some more. It's okay. So she did. That was a little funny.
My favorite thing is when she told me, she says, I need to sneak this into the house before my husband knows about it.
Yeah. Carl is a very, very patient man. And
That was fun when we came out there. That was a lot of fun.
that was fun.
Was.
That was fun.
We wouldn't have to do the whole play again. Just go and just drink and have fun.
We don't. Yeah,
This time, maybe I could actually drink.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, yes.
I was so sad to miss out on that tasting. It sounded like it was amazing, but I was there.
There's a different person that runs the cow barn now, and because I found Jackie and Greg came out after that. They came out early this year, and then they ended up overcharging us for the because we actually took one night off the original schedule, and they forgot that and charged us the whole for that too. And it took me a while to get that reimbursed, but that's okay.
If we end up going back, I can take those pots and pans that I squirreled away without intending to. I still have those.
Whatever.
I'm guessing they haven't missed them because they had lots.
No one said anything. And then I think somebody left something behind, and we ended up getting a whole box of stuff that had nothing to do with what was
Any
left
of us.
Yeah, it wasn't ours. So, which tells me that they had, I don't know, they found some stuff under the bed and all that stuff. I was like, just weird.
Lots of people have left something behind.
Yeah.
I'm usually very careful about making sure I have everything again. I can't remember. Did we take separate little suitcases? We might have. So we didn't have very much as it was. We had yeah.
When I go somewhere, I'm more concerned about making sure I have everything I want and need when I go there, and then coming home, I don't.
Exactly. You've got stuff at home.
Just throw it in the suitcase. I don't care. Usually most of that's usually a plastic bag that was my dirty clothes bag, and I just stuff it in there. I don't know if I have everything or not.
We've been trying to go light every time now. We went to Boston to see Adam, and granted we were only going to be there, 3 days, 4 days, but you wear what you wore on the plane one day. So we took backpacks, and that's all we took. It's like one pair of shoes on, one pair of shoes in the backpack, so you can switch off, and it was.
I haven't figured out how to do that, and I mean for our cruise, I end up wearing like the same things mostly, and I didn't use everything that was in my suitcase. And even though they said that you weren't supposed to wear shorts to dinner, other people were. So that's all. So I never changed even for dinner. I just whatever I was wearing that day, wore it to dinner too.
Well, yeah, that was weird with the cruises. I mean, it's like we don't dress up. We don't work anymore. We don't dress up. The only time you dress up is you go to a wedding and funeral. So yeah, that was for me trying to figure out what to take, as far as dressing up. So yeah.
It wasn't for dress up, but it was just they expect you to wear long pants and a shirt, button shirt, not a t-shirt and shorts, which I did.
Well, we went to Alaska thinking it was going to be cold too, and even though we could see the forecast, which it was 85, 90 every day we were in Alaska. I think only one or 2 days that it was cooler that we could actually wear something long sleeve. But probably no long pants at all while we were there that I can remember anyway. We had that one hot summer that they had. I mean, my cousin lives there and I've been watching over the summer, and 60, 65 is about like her warmest, and she's right in Anchorage. But yeah, I guess it's great if you don't like summer and you don't like swimming. She does a lot of painting. She's an artist, and she was a school teacher. She does a lot of traveling though too. At least before COVID, she did. And I don't know. I'm just like, his cousin went like 2 months before us, and she had her rain suit on every single day, every single picture. She had her rain suit on.
We had zero rain on this cruise this time. Nothing. Jenny, are you laughing at your baby?
Yeah, Grandpa's feeding her, and he was burping her, and she spit up, and she thought it was very funny and started laughing. And so we started laughing.
We had one blurp up kid who
Blurp all the time.
number 2, who was a much easier baby than number 1, just blurped up over. She just always was blurping up. When she started crawling, she'd blurp up on the floor.
Oh no, this is good to keep in mind for future.
And then crawl through it? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That didn't bother her at all.
Wood floors or laminate floors.
I do have hardwood floors. So.
The carpet's all gone now, but we did have carpet.
We did have carpet at the time.
Oh,
Yeah, our carpet's mostly gone except for the bedrooms. That's all.
yeah, we don't have any. We have just wood.
We have just cork, which is
Well, upstairs.
fancy since
Upstairs.
we can use our little corks from the wine.
That's something to do with your corks after you pop the bottle, right?
I have some that I've saved, and I keep thinking I'm going to do some sort of, fun craft project with them, but I've just never come up with the right thing.
I just keep throwing it away.
With a fellow who they did a whole cork wall.
Cork wall.
A small cork wall.
And then we had a friend who was a teacher doing art projects, and she took 3,000 corks.
I don't think she
No,
used
2,700. I don't know how many she used, but she took 2,800 corks.
And my sister,
we have opened a lot of.
my sister made a lot of trivets out of corks.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen a wine cork hat.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Robert Mondavi had a cork tuxedo.
It was actually at Mondavi where I saw the hat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
I'm
We
gonna
just have
look that up.
bags.
I'm gonna look that up. No, we
Yeah,
keep
the hat
thinking we're
can
gonna
be,
do something too, and I'll keep
Two.
some, and then I end up
One
tossing them.
was that for David and Rita, was that it?
I think so.
I wonder if his that was TCA. Yeah, made as a default in the taste. Trichloroanisole.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bill and I had a big accomplishment this week. We actually filed our taxes.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Ah, you're probably about to receive a check.
Well, yeah, right. So we could have filed them
Could've
back
done it a few
in
months ago,
February and gotten
rather
the
than-
same check.
What-
Because I'm not that
Money.
rushed. Good for you.
Okay.
We just have always done them ourselves. And so it's so easy to not do it.
It is. Just take it and let somebody else do it, and it's done in, an hour's worth, and you're done and out of there. And
we should learn that lesson.
I got a fun letter from the IRS saying that I underpaid 2021.
Oh,
I,
you got that recently?
yeah. So I
Interest
sent the
and
copies to
penalties
my
is
accountant and I haven't heard back from him yet. So, but I
Yeah.
suspect I had to pay it. It's not a whole lot. It's just like a little over $1,000.
Well, we got that kind of note when I was still working and Megan was in college. And hers was the main thing that was underpaid. And I'm like, she worked part-time. How could, so I finally got a hold of the tax company and everything. And she looked at it and she actually got us all more money back. So.
Okay, yeah.
She said, no, they made a mistake.
They made a mistake, and yeah, we all got money back. I mean, Adam, Megan, because she filed separately. All of them.
right.
Yeah, it was a reverse roll on that one.
Yeah, because you just wonder, are these letters legit?
Right.
That's the
Oh yeah.
Well, I got one last year for the same thing, and my tax guy said ignore it, and I did. So I got another one, and so I don't feel like I can fully ignore it.
So you
Sounds
ignore
like
it,
you
but
need a new
IRS did
tax
not
guy,
ignore
David.
you.
If all
No,
those
well, he said IRS
We'll do it.
they had made a bunch of
We'll
mistakes for that year. I almost said that vintage year, that year, and so they don't pay it. So I didn't, and then I got one this year, and hopefully he'll find something, and I won't have to pay it, but I have to pay it, whatever.
craziness.
They sent it to both Sue and I.
Oh, you got 2 letters?
Yeah, one's addressed to me, one's addressed to her. It's the same thing because we
Wow.
filed jointly. But
Yeah.
they said don't pay 2 of these, just pay one of these. Okay.
Oh. Well, there were a number of years that we filed separately because Bill was part of a business that I was not. I was not part of, and and we would go back and forth every year. We'd figure it out. We filed separately. We decide who was gonna get
the kids,
deductions. And we changed it as whatever turned out. We'd figure it out separate. We'd figure out like 3 different scenarios and go with whatever seemed to be the cheapest. And actually, we survived all of that. We never there was never any problem during those times.
Well, I used to do it all too, and it was like everybody just get out of here and give me the action. And I would sit there and I would do, Scott, Nan, and then joint, and it was just
right.
Just too much work. I was just like. You had to read too much, and like, am I interpreting this right? And I don't know. After a while, I just said, "Screw it," and we started going to a tax company, and then the lady that I finally got a hold of that year, it was way after tax season, and of course they were all on vacation because it was after tax season,
right?
And the lady that actually that responded and got back to me and everything. And then she found that they actually owed us more money. I've been going to her ever since. So
yeah, sure.
I'm thinking she's mid-50s though. I'm thinking I only got her for another 5, 6, 7 years at the most. So and I don't know what we'll do after that. But by then we should have spent all our big bucks that we're going to spend as far as doing stuff to the house. So it'll be just normal expenses, and by then I'll have to draw every month.
How's the deck?
Well, I'm a little disappointed. The roofer came and looked at it, and when we decided to do the roof, Scott said, let's just do the whole roof. Well, then when we decided that pushed it back 4 weeks. So Hey, Max. The roof is going to hold up a lot. I mean, they can do all the exterior kind of work to it, but they don't want to do a lot of it until that roof.
I don't know what time it is either.
We did have some major leakage. We had
Can I
some
talk to you
major,
a little bit? I'll call you back. Okay.
and so it's kind of at a standstill at the moment. They're supposed to come tomorrow, and I think they're just going to do trim work and stuff like that tomorrow, and gutters, and the rest we've got to wait. We can't put the ceiling up, we can't put lighting up, we can't put the fan up until the ceiling or till the roof is done. And he said 3rd week of September, and it's like, well, you know, at the time he said that was like 4
Far
weeks.
away.
Yeah.
Maybe getting the snow by then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we'll have snow, but we could
But you
definitely.
want it done before the
I'm worried
weather, like,
hurricanes that are coming up from the Gulf. And it's like, I really don't want to get that. They did put the insulation up, which I think was stupid. I don't know why they did that. But I don't want it to get soaking wet. I mean, then we're going to have to replace it.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't even put the ceiling up in there until that roof's on. I don't want you to do that. No,
Yeah.
because I have the same kind of ceiling in my living room, and I can just imagine if that got wet, what it would look like. So, and you know, just from the insulation soaking it. So
Yeah.
I'm a little impatient.
Yeah, very impatient.
You want it done right. You want it done right.
Well, yeah.
And-
like I said, I was kind of surprised.
And
when
in
they-
timely fashion.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
You know, we're putting a lot of money into it, a lot more money than either one of us, I'm sure, thought it was going to cost. And part of it's the finishes. So it's like, I don't want those to get ruined. I mean, the ceiling fan is up in Adam's room. The lights are out in the garage. The railing is sitting here in a pile right outside the door. I can see the boxes there, but they don't want to do that until they do the ceiling because they don't want to be, you know, knocking that or whatever. So they're going to come to work tomorrow. I'm not really sure. They'll probably just do outside finishes and the gutters, and probably won't see them again until after the roof is done.
Okay.
Once it's done, it'll be beautiful.
I can't say anything because I'm on the payroll.
Okay.
You have to work one day.
2, 3 days.
3 days. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm hoping we get a discount for that part, but
Yeah, I helped them put the sheeting on the roof. I helped them put the main beams up.
well, they had 4 guys here the first 2 or 3 days.
2 days.
2 days, and then after that, it was just the man and his son. And so there was a couple times when Scott was able to help him, you know, if nothing else, just lifting stuff up to him, you know, they would cut it or whatever, and he'd lift it up to the sun, and the sun's up on the roof. And so hopefully we get a discount for that little bit of work we did.
I even sucked up to them and bought them Chibos
Yeah.
for lunch.
Bottom Chivos for
Oh.
lunch.
They said they liked that idea.
Well, that day too, there was only the 2 of them here, and they're only open on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
Yeah, his son got mixed ravioli. He said they were delicious.
yeah.
That sounds good right now.
Yeah, it does sound good right now.
Sandwich, it wasn't very much, but that's what he wanted. So anyway, so hopefully by the end of September it'll be done.
Okay.
with any
Well, it
luck.
better be done by the next time I come out up there.
Well, I'll take a video and go around the room and everything and show you
Okay.
what that looks like. And I mean, it's nice already. We've been sitting out on there, but you know, it's not screened in or anything yet, which, you know, the bugs love me. So
Yeah, when we get rain here, the
bugs
bugs
are bad.
bugs go crazy.
Hmm.
And him mowing tonight, I wore a long sleeve out. It was 75, but I wore a long sleeve out because I thought I'm just going to get eaten up. It wasn't too bad, but took the dog for a long walk.
When we got all those tomatoes in our backyard, and when Sue was picking tomatoes, she actually ended up picking because its body looked like the green tomatoes. It was a dragonfly, and
Oh,
she thought at first it was like a grasshopper until it because it had its wings folded under, then it spread its wings out. She says, "Oh," and their wings were like clear. It looked like glass.
Well, they must what's the word I'm looking for? They travel, and we'll be floating in the pool about this time of year, and there's a boatload of dragonflies above us.
we have hundreds
They
of them.
migrate. That's the word I'm looking at. Migrate. They must migrate. And so the field behind us, he didn't plant this year. He just let it weeds and go fallow. And there's just hundreds and hundreds of dragonflies. And of course, then they come to visit us.
Interesting.
It's cool. We haven't had as many butterflies this year, I think, as we've had in the past, but the dragonflies have been pretty prominent.
Yeah, I'm out there mowing and they're just everywhere. They're I mean, it's crazy.
We'll like I say, we'll float in the pool and you'll be looking up and it's like, oh my God, they're everywhere.
Last year I videoed the field and towards the evening, they really come out in the evening, not right at dusk. And they're just everywhere, flying everywhere, flying around your head. Yeah. But they don't do anything. They don't hurt you. So just buzzing around.
Well, the first year of the pandemic, when no planes were going, no cars were going, we had so many birds. I mean, hundreds of thousands of birds, which I said I don't remember ever seeing before and haven't seen since. But we have these 5 pine trees between us and the neighbor's yard, and the one is pretty large, and there was probably 50 to 100 birds in just that tree. But this year I haven't noticed as many birds. Have you noticed as many birds? I mean, it was just like, it was noisy, because they were just out there just walking and carrying on. But yeah, pandemic's over, at least for
Just watch out for the
gotta get
Pandemic,
your shot.
Yeah, how are you guys feeling, Bill and Dorothy?
So we're both now testing negative.
That's good.
I tested negative to begin with and finally tested positive with no symptoms. And Bill did take Paxlovid, and so he only had symptoms for like 2 days. But it took you a week before you tested negative, and it took me a week before I tested negative, even though I had no symptoms. But I tested negative for the first time today.
Yay!
Wow.
So unfortunately, we missed our anniversary to go out and celebrate. So we'll catch up with that one of these days.
You could do it a couple weekends. You can do
How
it.
many years?
Oh yeah.
A few.
How many years you have?
2 or 3.
56.
56. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Not very many marriages last that long anymore.
Yeah, we went to a 60th anniversary party on Saturday evening.
Wow.
It was
Cool.
nice. And Madison had so much fun. She slept through the night for the very first time.
Wow, that's impressive.
It was very exciting.
You missed all the
Yeah,
action.
she slept
And
through
you're
the
looking-
night, so no, she had a lot of fun.
Oh, good.
You're looking for another party, are you?
She did it again last night for the second time. So
Wow,
Yay.
very good. That's impressive.
but now she slept all day, so I don't know what my chances are for this evening.
And
Well, hopefully
later
you
for
nap.
you.
Yeah.
So Sue asked me a
Our
question.
son did not sleep through the night forever. And he always said that if he had a brother or sister, he would sleep through the night. And so Sarah was born 7 years after Thomas. And that's when he started sleeping through the night.
Oh my goodness.
We were not very good. I mean, Tom and his wife were amazing with their children of just forcing them to sleep through the night. And they, you know, they, and their kids did sleep through the night, but we were real, we spent many nights with Tom, where we took turns sleeping in a sleeping bag beside his crib, so that when he woke up, we could
get him to go back down.
put our arms
I would
on him,
fall
but-
asleep on the floor and Scott would come up and get me up. Adam was the worst one. Megan, she was a better sleeper than Adam was, but Adam he's still got sleeping issues like I do. And yeah, Megan, she was a good sleeper. Her baby's a good sleeper. I'm like, oh man, I'm still not a good sleeper. Oh,
My sister was real bad. So my mom, what she do, she had a tank, a canister sweeper, and she would plug that in and just run the sweeper and she'd fall asleep.
she
The
wore
white
out that
noise.
sleeper.
She wore the sweeper out just.
It was
putting her-
before white noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
that's what she was going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that thing would just run, you know, that was crazy. She's still a pain too, to this day.
You. Oh, too funny.
We have family on the West Coast now, besides you, David.
Oh, yeah.
Adam is in Seattle.
Our
Oh,
son,
Seattle, yeah.
he's in Seattle
Yeah.
now.
Yep,
So-
last Friday,
So we'll be heading that way probably here sometime
next spring, I'm
next
thinking.
spring.
Yeah, I give him time to get his own place and get established and,
Settled in, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but
Let
he.
us know. We might be willing to meet you there.
Right, we get up that way.
He has
David
a
gets up
cat.
in that
I
direction.
get up there to Bonnie Lake.
He has a cat and the cat's 10 years old and, you know, he took a cat carrier and took the cat on the plane and he said he did really, really good. He said, I was so proud of the cat. So, yeah, the dog that we have, no, she would have been a pain in the rear end. So I'm glad for him though, that the cat has been uprooted, you know, like ever since he was born. I mean, they lived in Columbus for a few years, then they moved to New York, then they moved to Boston. The cat has been on vacation, so he's gone, you know, to up to New Hampshire, whatever, skiing and that kind of thing. And cat goes with him everywhere they go. So he does really good. I'm not going to get a cat though. No.
We had the worst experience going through the Seattle airport coming home. We fly Alaska, and when you get off, you leave their ticketing area after you drop your bags off. You're at TSA station number 1. And I look at it, I go, oh, that's not so bad. It's been a lot longer before. Yeah. So we get in line. The only problem is it never moved. It was a shorter line, but it didn't go anywhere. After standing in line for a long time, the agent at the where you walk in said, "Oh, go, you know, wanting everyone to go down the other end." Well, we've suckered into that song before. We go down there and it's just as bad usually. So we said we're just going to stay here. Well, it took us about an hour to get through TSA.
Oh, wow.
It just wasn't moving because it not that there were a lot of people, but the people inspecting the luggage as it goes through the scanner was just taking a long time, and so nobody up there was moving, so none of us were moving.
The last time we went to New York, and we always went through LaGuardia when we went to New York, I had like this, a t-shirt, a tank top and shorts on, no purse. My phone was in my butt pocket, and the guy just waved me through. I guess he figured I couldn't hide anything, that my carry-on was going through the scanner, and he just waved me on through. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, just go. And I'm like, okay. gone.
Well,
That was the only
my
time,
guy
though.
told me to
That
put
was New
my
York.
hat back on and to go through, and Sue says, "You got your hat on?" I go, "Yeah." He told me to put it on to go through the scanner. But one,
I didn't have to do
one-
this, you know? I didn't even
oh
have to do
yeah,
that or nothing.
this one lady, they put, you know, there's the tubs come from underneath, and you pull it out and you put up and you put your stuff in, and you're supposed to push it forward to go onto the rollers. Well, she put her stuff in and walked away. And and the guy says, you know, your stuff is never going to go through unless you push it through. So they came back. But it was kind of funny.
Somebody that didn't travel often, evidently, you know, doesn't pay attention when they're telling you what to do.
Because they had already said you need to push your own stuff through, that they're not going to do it for you.
Akron Canton is such a small airport. I mean, we literally are probably through the TSA line in less than 5 minutes. And that is showing in your license and boarding pass and everything.
Talking to them.
Talking to them,
Yeah.
you do this thing, you know. In the
Yeah,
meantime, your stuff's going through. Yeah, 5 minutes at the most.
Going up through San Jose, we had an early flight, so yeah, there was no line, and the people trying to get you to go through and sign up for clear. I go, you got to be kidding! There's no line here, so we went right through as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you ever come to visit us, you go through Akron Canton. Don't go to Cleveland. It's too far.
Yeah.
Akron Canton is like a half an hour or so away from us, and small airport, it's great. And you'll thank us when you leave us too. We got a spare room. We're already set up for everybody.
Right.
And you got a deck to sleep on pretty soon.
Yeah. We've looked at furniture. We need to order that because I'm thinking it may take a few weeks to get that. So we keep looking, keep getting ideas. But I think I know what we want. We think we know what we want. I said I want a couch to lay
Maybe
on,
next
so
year.
I can watch the TV
Yeah.
out there.
There
I
you
want a
go.
swivel.
We'll have the
so I
next
can
reunion in
swivel.
Ohio.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
We're,
He has to sneak into Kentucky and Tennessee to complete 50 states. So we'll be close
Oh,
enough.
okay. Yep. Kentucky as well. David knows. He went down to Cincinnati.
Went down there, yeah.
about 4.5, 5 hours from our place to Cincinnati, and that's right on the border.
Oh,
of
you could
Kentucky.
get through Cincinnati before that.
Yeah,
But Kentucky, we went one year. We went to Louisville, Kentucky, and that area. We every year at our anniversary, we've been going somewhere. And that year we went down that way and toured some of the wineries that they did have in the area, but they had a lot more bourbon, you know, trails and stuff, which I wasn't interested in that at all. I'd probably do it now, but
I
at that
was.
time.
I like the bourbon.
Because when we went to Florida, when we went to St. Augustine, they had a new distillery down there. And I liked some of the stuff that they had, but at the time they didn't ship to Ohio. Now they do. So I get their emails on a regular basis too. But they had flavored bourbon. It wasn't just straight bourbon. So it was like cinnamon, whatever.
Still got bourbon cream, which is kind of like Irish cream.
Yeah.
She liked that a lot.
I said if they would have shipped, I would have bought a bottle of everything we tasted. It was all very, very good. But they didn't ship.
that'd been a case.
Yeah. And we, you know. That's good.
Well, I'm gonna wrap us up, guys.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Thanks for
Talking to
joining.
everybody.
It's,
Everybody.
we had a nice visit. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I missed everybody.
So
I drank too much over the weekend.
I won't be here next week.
Where are you going to be next week?
No.
Fishing.
Oh,
Fishing.
because of the holiday, the fishing is moved from Monday to Tuesday. I'll be here.
okay,
Okay,
I'll be here.
What do we have next week?
we'll be here, we think.
I'll be here.
That's the
Paul
sign of the
and-
moment. We have the wine.
I know.
No.
I got the slides already.
I have a wine too. What do I have?
All right, guys.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Everyone,
Good
see you
night.
next week.
Bye.